Are you an American? Are you considering moving abroad? Well, you ought to watch this video then, quite frankly, because there is something that a lot of Americans do not know who have already moved here. And some of them have already moved here before the laws were changed. And the fines. Oh my giddy aunt. If you didn't know this, alright, you could end up around 12 grand a fine. I'll elaborate that on a moment. But if you did know, if you did it through deception, you're getting up with like 129 grand fine. You don't want that, do you? Now what it is there's one thing that came in called FBAR, came in 1970, and then there's another thing, basically allows them to watch your bank accounts or instruct or force banks around the world to grass on you, effectively, which is FATCA. And especially if you've got over $100,000. Now, it don't have to be in one account. That can be spread across the board. Also includes your retirement savings and stuff like that. So there's you have to, all right? I'll get to the point. You have to file like a tax return every year and declare. These forms. They're quite long. These forms are, and I believe you can do it online. But you have to declare how much money you got. And obviously, if you've earned money, you're going to have to pay taxes on it, US taxes. So my little boy just fell over again. I think he's got something that's poor. I better check that in a second. So you're going to have to declare your US taxes. And if not, like I said, if you do it on purpose, it's $129,210. If you forget, that was done by mistake, it's $12,921 fine. So that's say for instance, if you've been in the US for a good many years and you didn't know about this, and being told about it is actually very, it gets lost with everything else, doesn't it? Unless you read all the fucking small print, things that you're supposed to do. It could be your first year and you didn't realise, right? You've got to file your tax returns. If you don't, all right, you're in trouble. Now, the thing is, you see, the United States is one of 3 countries that has citizen-based taxation, right? Now, here in France, I have residency-based taxation. I pay my taxes in the country I have the most assets and where I earn my money, here in France. In fact, I've got to do it at the end of next month. So I have to pay my taxes here in France, okay? If you move to France, you'd have to pay your taxes in France as a resident, or where your main assets are if you've been here for over 6 months, but also you'll be subjected to taxes, you'll be double taxation in the United States. And you're only one of 3 countries that do that. The United States, North Korea and Russia. They're all fascist countries. I'm sorry, communist. No, sorry. Oh, you know what I mean. Anyway, that is what you have to deal with. And if you don't do it, you're going to get fined. So I just thought I'd just share that with you. Now, FATCA came in 2010. And, oh, crikey, that was the other one, FBAR. So FBAR came in 1970. And the thing about the FATCA as well is that it gives the banks, it puts pressure on the banks to grass you up, how much money you got in your bank and stuff. That even if they've got a foreign bank account, it doesn't make any difference. Now, if you're in the, makes a little bit of difference, but not a lot. If you're in, say for instance, living in France and you've got a US bank account and you're not, let's say for instance, you're not declaring or what have you, any income going into that bank account, when these banks are actually notified, they are often just cancelling your accounts because they don't want to deal with it. So it's complicated, but it's just definitely something you're going to have to bear in mind, that the United States is a fascist country. Okay, just thought I'd put that out there, and that's proven itself just recently with Von Shits and Pants in the White House. He's certainly a fascist, that he is. That's what you get when you vote for an idiot. So he's, you're well represented. Old, Gandhi would have said. Anyway, toodaloo. But don't forget, beat the like button, maybe subscribe to the channel, little bell icon, because then you get a warm fuzzy feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. Breathe. Life is bliss, because I live in France. And not in the United States or the UK come to that. So, toodaloo.